Okay, my name is Alisa, and I am a very grateful compulsive eater and gray sheeter. And I see a lot of friends from all over the globe and some new people that I don't know. And I'm grateful that Anne asked me to speak at this meeting, and she requested that I talk about how I came to be on the literature committee and how it happened that I worked on the Living Abstinent book and how that uh, affected me program wise and spiritually and just, all around new way of seeing everything. And so it really, when I look back, I can see the progression. So my abstinence date is August 15, 2008. I came into GreySheet, and that was a crazy year. I have 5 children, 3 got married that year. So that was a pretty busy year and a lot of, interacting with, the new people, getting new family and stuff. And I was working as an English as a second language teacher at that time. And I had a very full life with my job, my family, elderly parents. And so being abstinent was what I could do. And I went to meetings. They suggested 3 meetings a week. And I went to between 3 and 5 meetings a week. And I sponsored, and I went to AWOLs, and I facilitated AWOLs, and I was a treasurer, I was a booker, things like that. But it was very local on Long Island. And with everything going on in my life, I couldn't, although I went to the Roundup and Connecticut retreat, I couldn't see the worldwide aspect of GreySheet the way I could know that AA is like that. And, this world, I mean, if I went to, a meeting in Suffolk County, like that was wow, really stretching. And then in 2016, I retired from teaching, and then caring for my, at that time, my father and father-in-law had both passed away, but caring for my mother-in-law and my mother really took up a lot of my time. And my mother really pretty much sucked everything out of me. And I'll just share that. So she died in June of 2018. And the way she died is she was 99 and she didn't want to live anymore. So she stopped eating. And after 2 months, she just passed away. And, it was just so, I couldn't believe, like I could never stop eating. I mean, I'll probably, after I'm deceased, I'll still be having my 3 weighed and measured. That, and anyway, really, it was a very hard time. And then I thought, now it's, I'm retired. I am free of caring for these elderly people, which I did very willingly, and with everything I had, but it was still, there wasn't much left. So one of the meetings that I attended, the GSR was moving out of state. So I thought, oh, I'm retired, parents gone, I can be the GSR. So I was the GSR, and I understood I was supposed to go to the New York Metro Intergroup meetings, but they were in Manhattan, and it was just like too much. So, I never went to any meetings. And then I was told I had to be on a committee. And so someone that I was close to a program was on the literature committee. And so I said, oh, I'll be on that committee. But I never did anything. I just thought, oh, I am on the committee. It's like you belong to a gym and have a trainer, but you never go to the gym and you break every appointment. And then the World Service was coming up in Chicago, was 2019, 5 more minutes. So I decided that I would go. And two friends from GreySheet were also GSRs and were delegates. And that was the first time I ever flew alone on an airplane. I mean, I'm just anxious person, a lot of whatever. So that's where I met the people on the literature committee, and I understood that I really was supposed to work on stuff. And so I picked to be on the subcommittee of living abstinent. Oh, I have 10 minutes left. Oh, I'm not clear what that. All right. Anyway, so then I started going on Zoom to the meetings, and this was a few months before the pandemic, and there was no secretary. So I thought, well, I could be secretary, just take notes, and I'm a good typist. So I did that. No one else wanted it. And then I went to the subcommittee meetings of living abstinent. And so through all of these experiences, my whole horizons expanded, that I understood that carrying the message didn't just mean making outreach calls or sponsoring someone, that it could be anything. It could, and that getting this literature published was so, so amazing. And there were 6 of us on the committee, and we got assigned to write certain chapters. And so I wrote 4 of the chapters, which was a lot less than what some other people wrote, but I was doing the minutes, which actually was, I found it to be a lot of work, but it was also very helpful. So the commitment of the other people on the subcommittee of living abstinent was so inspiring to me. And we would have meetings and go over every page and every chapter and give input, and it just uplifted me. And I felt connected to people in Europe and California, and then it was published. And it's just an amazing, beautiful book. And now I'm working on 2 other projects. And I once thought to myself in a joking way, if I had to choose between either belonging to GreySheet or belonging to the literature committee, I would have to pick the literature committee. It's just so wonderful. And that is where I am today, working on these projects, and being a delegate, and now, understanding what that means, and learning all the lingo of resolutions and rationale and implications. And it just makes so much sense. And happily, I have grown in recovery so that I am, filling the shoes that I need to show up and be an abstinent and productive member of the GreySheet community, from, who I am. And so that's where I am today. And I don't eat no matter what. Thank you.